Thanks for coming to the Radio Amateur channel, and today I'd like to talk about the Mighty Inverted L antenna. And this is a really great general purpose multi-band antenna and a great DX performer. And I've had this antenna up and have used this since 1986 in some variation. And I've replaced it a couple times due to weather. It's never fallen down or anything like that, but I've just replaced it every now and then. Now, when I started out with about a 95 foot length, and I found it worked fairly good. The only thing is I couldn't tune 160 very well with my tuner at the time, and I think I had a little trouble with 30 meters. But anyway, this is really a great DX antenna, and I've worked Japan, I've worked Australia, got 599s in Australia, and I've worked over into the Mideast and Indian Ocean, Europe with 100 watts. I don't even have an amplifier, don't really need one. So it's worked out pretty well for me. The only thing you do need to do is have a good ground system or radials set down or buried. And I have some buried, and I have some that I can stretch out in the winter time to help out a little bit more. So if you look at the diagram I have, this is for, I've kind of got this designed for about 95 feet. This should tune on 80 meters pretty well. If not, then you can lengthen it about 5 feet, I would say, at a time to see how it works on all the different bands you want to operate on. Although it may not tune very well on 160. But anyway, I would try this. You'd need a 95 foot length, and you're going to also have to figure out what you have to support it with, because you're going to have a fairly high vertical section to make it perform fairly well. And that could be a tree, or that could be a tower, probably about a 60-foot tower, if you have one, would work really good. So if you look at this, the key to this is that you want to have the current loop in the center of the vertical section, or at least in the vertical section if you can do it. Otherwise, it's not going to be as great for DX, but if you can have that current loop in the vertical section, it'll be great. So if you look at this and figure out about a quarter wavelength at 3.5 megahertz on 80 meters is going to be about 67 feet. So if you figure 67 and subtract that from 95, the center of the current loop is going to be at about 28 feet. So that means that the total vertical length is going to be about 56 feet, and then you're going to have a horizontal length of about 39 feet. And like I said, there's going to have to be some adjustments to this maybe. So you can lengthen the horizontal section and shorten the vertical section. So if you make the horizontal section a little bit longer, then your vertical section is going to shrink up a little bit. And the only thing is your current loop is going to be a little bit higher. Now, my experience has been that it doesn't affect it too much if it's higher than that. But if you can keep it more towards the center, that's probably the best. But it's one of those things that, it takes some experimentation to see what you can do. So anyway, you can work with that. And if you have to lengthen it, I would lengthen it, like I said, probably about 5 feet at a time. I wouldn't go too long, because then you're going to have it too long and the current loop isn't going to be in the vertical section there at all. So anyway, try it out, see how it works. I feed mine directly to my tuner. I have a feed-through insulator, and I just have a piece of wire that goes from my tuner, which my shack is in the basement, so it goes up and goes about maybe 3 or 4 feet And I've got some homemade knife switches I made, and I can switch antennas with that. So it goes to that and then to the feed through and out. And no coax involved, which is really nice, not to have to pay a lot for coax. So anyway, this, like I said, is a great antenna for DXing, and if you can get it set up in a good configuration, that fits, where you can fit it. It's going to depend on your location. Everybody's got a little bit different situation, and can't always put up something vertical, almost 60 feet. So, you could have a 45-foot length vertical section, and then whatever you can work out, and just try to keep, though, the current loop in the vertical section. So anyway, try it out and see how it works for you, but it's a really good antenna. And I may include some of the stations that I work, the QSL cards, at the end here, just so you can see what's possible to work with 100 watts and a inverted L antenna on 80 meters. So anyway, 73. Thanks for coming to the channel, and I hope to see you back here again. 73. Like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.